This is a case study video project by Elizabeth Kelly. It is a student might, teacher should scenario. The classroom behavior situation chosen for this video is a student consistently falling asleep in class. The scenario for this video is, while instructing the student on the objective for the day, you notice a student sleeping in their seat. You walk over and tap on their desk to wake them up and continue on teaching the lesson. About 5 minutes later, you notice the same student asleep again. You go over and wake them again, staying a little bit longer to be sure the student sits up completely. Just as before, the student is asleep again within a short time. This is not the first time the student has fallen asleep. You aren't sure what to do next. Looking at this scenario, there are a few different responses that I could take as the educator. But we will first go about by looking at the inappropriate reactions that could be taken. The first inappropriate and ineffective reaction to the situation would be to yell at the student. If I raise my voice, telling them that I have told them on more than one occasion to sit up and pay attention, that it is disrespectful, and if I see them doing it again, I will have to send them to the principal's office, it could cause behavioral problems. This would be an ineffective reaction because it would be calling the student out in front of all their peers, belittling them, making them feel uncomfortable, and giving them the opportunity to make it more difficult to discipline them in the future. This would also make it seem as though I don't care about them as a person and I am not someone that they see they can come to if they really need something. The second inappropriate and ineffective reaction would be to stop teaching in the middle of the lesson and to call the student out into the hallway. This reaction may include some privacy to the conversation, but this has still singled them out and embarrassed them in front of their peers. This causes humiliation and makes it so that I assume that they don't care or respect my classroom. Not only is this affecting the student, but also the entire class for stopping in the middle of their lesson and not giving them all of class time to learn. After looking at the ineffective and inappropriate responses, we can now look at how I should go about the situation. An appropriate reaction would be to tap on their desk as I walk around and continue on teaching the lesson. Handling it this way makes sure that the class and their learning are not interrupted by me getting onto a student in the middle of class time. Consistently walking by and making sure they're awake will help them keep focus and allow me to make sure that everyone is paying attention. Another effective reaction would be to ask them to quietly come out into the hallway, but only after I make sure that the class is focused on the next task pertaining to the lesson. I would ask them if there was a reason they were falling asleep in my classroom. If there was not, I would let them know that I would appreciate if they paid attention and were alert in my classroom. And then I would ask them to go get a drink of water. If there is a reason that they are behaving this way, I would tell them that I'm going to send them to the counselor's office so that they may discuss what is happening at home or what is causing these reactions. I would also let them know that I'm always there for them if they need it, but to not let what is happening at home affect their schoolwork. Pulling them out into the hall gives me and the student the privacy we need for this type of conversation. And telling them that I'm there for them helps to establish that student-teacher relationship that they would appreciate in the future. So, looking at this scenario as a whole, I have learned a few things. That every action has a reaction, whether it be good or bad, but that the educator should not take everything the student says or does to heart. Another thing I learned is that the educator needs to take a moment to collect their thoughts before handling the situation with the student. but also that every student is dealing with something either emotionally or personally that could affect how they react or act in a classroom setting. Thank you.